Hello. Can you see us or hear us? This is already going to be rough. I can already tell this is going to be a struggle. Okay, give us some shout outs. Can you hear us? Oh boy. How is the video feed okay?
There we
Okay.
go, all good. Yes.
Nice. All right.
Yay!
Sweet. So it looks like we're going to be on a bit of a delay. Oh, this is great. Good. All right. Perfect. Now we're catching up. We have mixed cell signal here, so we hey everybody, oh my gosh, there's so many people in here.
Tio, hey guys.
Hey guys. What's up, friends? Oh no. You lost us. Wait. It's gonna be like this the whole time.
No,
actually,
it's not.
So I think maybe should we move it close? No, it's close enough to that. We're okay.
We can go a little
All right,
closer.
yeah. So I saw somebody say it. Yeah. Where is everybody from? Who's here? Where are you guys from? Jessica's here. Woo! British Columbia, North Carolina, New Jersey, Texas, Nashville, Tennessee, Phoenix, Serbia.
Serbia, whoa.
Wow.
Michigan?
What time is it in Serbia? Ohio. Mom.
Hi,
Mom. Hi, Mom. Awesome, man. There's so many people here. This is great. Thank you.
Thank you for showing
War
up.
Eagle. Georgia, Seattle, Lexington. No. All right, Ashley, you got to get out of here. You got to leave. That's not cool. We don't accept that. Thank you guys so much for being here. This is great. St. John's. 2 people from Virgin Islands. Wow.
Oh, wow.
You guys should get together.
Australia.
Very cool. Wow. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. It's going to be probably a little bit of a bumpy ride. This is our first live chat.
I'm a little nervous.
Tiffany's been like bouncing off the walls. Like she's terrified.
This is glass number 3 because in preparation.
But we're happy to be doing this. This is our first one, so I think we'll start to do more of these if it goes well. Thank you, Maximinimalist. Bless you.
Maximalist. Maximalist minibus.
Oh, sorry.
She has a YouTube channel. Go check her out.
How did you caught that quick? So we are here in. We haven't given you guys an update in a long time. So we are here in Idaho, where it has been like you see what I'm wearing right now? Like you're in like you rolled your sleeves up, you're in shorts.
I'm nervous, I'm hot, but it feels really nice. Here, it's like in the 70s. So
I've got a hoodie on, I got the beanie, I've got long pants, I got socks. It is nice and warm. It's wonderful. Well, I'm nice and warm, but it's chilly outside. Like seriously, highs are in the
40s to 70s. It's been really nice. Yeah. We sleep really cool. And
Idaho's awesome, Adam. Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah, I can see. What are you doing? You've got beer. I could see us coming to Idaho every summer because this is awesome.
Yeah. Well, I know. Well, Wendy,
that's my mom.
That's my foot get up now. Yeah, Idaho's been amazing. This is a state that we've never been to before. And so we're really getting to appreciate all of it that it has to offer, and it's a ton of stuff. Yeah, the Pixie does look good, doesn't it?
No, thank you. It's really great. I can like wash it with very little water, very little shampoo, and it dries so quickly. It's kind of perfect for bus life in the summer. So
yeah, I figured that would be way better.
And Zach doesn't like lay on my hair in bed, which is great.
Socks and sandals. That's right. Northeast Ohio is 64. Man, that's pretty chill. So yeah, I don't even know. We knew it was going to be awkward, so here we are.
Zach has been making fun of me because I've been nervous and I've prepared like a list of bullet points and stuff, things that we could talk about because this scares me. But he's like, we'll just wing it. It'll be fine. It's going to be awkward no matter what because
no matter
live,
what.
But
I do a lot of public speaking for what I do, and so I'm kind of used to the build-up, but Tiffany is not. But we're
he
gonna
does
get you there.
like online training, web seminars and stuff, and actually goes and speaks in person and stuff. And that's my worst nightmare. So here we are.
Here we are. So, yeah, dude, socks, man. In retrospect, I probably should have done that. That was probably everybody thinks differently of me now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
New Zealand. Nice, man. That's a bucket list place.
Totally.
What part of New Zealand? And it's probably I don't know how long the delay is. We might get an answer in like 5 minutes or something.
That was a nice comment. I'm sure our responses are delayed and you probably don't know what I'm talking about, and I've already missed the name. So we've never done this before, but it pops up the comments briefly and then it disappears. So
Dr. Boom says, or asks, Zach, you're mostly freelance. Do you do a lot of work for multiple companies or just one company? Yeah, if you guys have questions, go ahead, throw them out. We're happy to answer. So I am mostly freelance. I'm technically all freelance, although I do have a couple companies that I work with more often than not. And it's good to have a regular thing that way, but any and all takers I'm happy to work with. So we just kind of keep it flexible like that.
I think I just saw Uruguay or something.
Uruguay.
That's crazy. Somebody asked where the puppies are. Frankie, as usual, is right underneath me, and Tuco's up on the couch.
Yeah, Tuco's chilling.
They're pretty chill.
Yeah, they've been enjoying the cool weather too, I think. It's been good.
Absolutely. They've been getting to sit in the bus and watch wildlife, and we had a moose walk right up to the bus the other day, and they got to watch it. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. We've seen a ton of wildlife around here in Idaho. Somebody asked what we like the most about Idaho. I think it's been the fishing, which TR Bolin, who's one of our moderators, has taught us how to fly fish, or has tried to teach us how to fly fish. We're still learning, and we're still pretty bad at it.
We've caught fish, though.
We have caught some fish. So that's been my favorite thing about Idaho is the fly fishing, because it's just been a ton of fun.
And the wildlife viewing, I think, too.
And the wildlife.
When we go fly fishing, even when I'm not catching fish, it's pretty awesome because you can just like watch, like seriously, like bald eagles, osprey, heron. We've seen moose, and
yeah,
it's been
awesome,
amazing.
Who came up with the name Tuco? I think that was me, but it's totally after Tuco from Breaking Bad.
Tight. There you are, TR.
Wondering if you ever feel anxious or nervous about leaving them in the bus. I know I get nervous leaving mine with the sitter. How do you deal with temperature and things?
Totally.
That's a great question. So how do we deal with dogs? How do we deal with animals?
So a big thing, we got a nanny cam, which it's a Rio link. I think we have a link to it on our Amazon shop, but it's we can set up a hotspot, and we can, as long as we have cell service, when we're out, we can like actually watch the dogs in here.
Yeah.
Also, we don't have air conditioning, which was a concern, but we have good ventilation in here. We've got a max fan pulling air through. We always crack a few windows. So it usually feels about the same in here as it does outside.
A little cooler, or honestly, it was warmer inside today than it was outside. So, yeah, the nanny cam has really helped us with the dogs, and that totally made me lose my train of thought.
We got a weird question that just threw our train of thought off.
Any plans to travel out of the country? Yes, we were really close to planning an Iceland trip next year. I think that's going to get postponed. We are planning an Alaska trip next year, but that's not technically out of the country. Well, you have to go out of the country to get there. So
basically, yes. We've gotten a few. Oh yeah, I blush all the time. We've gotten a few questions about if we've cleaned and eaten one of the fish we've caught yet. That is on my bucket list, but I haven't done it yet. All the fish I've been catching have been about this big.
Pretty small.
Not really
Insane.
worth keeping, but that's definitely something I want to do.
Yeah. Um. Uh-huh.
I know it made you too
Uh-huh.
laugh.
Yeah. Do you have a strong enough signal to increase resolution? Probably not. I don't think we do. Hopefully the resolution isn't too bad.
All right, what kind of that question? I need to answer it. What kind of printer do I have? So
Ah.
actually, I have been using an Epson Artisan 1430. It's really a really magnificent printer because you can print up to 11 by 14 borderless. But it recently stopped working for me. So I just this weekend bought a HP Envy 5052, I think, just to print my label orders. And I'm starting to use a drop shipping service for my pet portraits, which I think is going to be really simplify things because that means that I can just upload the file and they'll print and ship it for me directly to my customer.
Cool. Somebody asked, what did they ask? I just totally lost it. What was the question? Oh, somebody asked about mini split AC unit, and yeah, we have thought of one. It would be great, but it draws so much power. We could only really use it when we're at an RV site, and that's a legitimate argument to have so that you can cool off at when you have hookups. But we also don't want to just stay in RV parks throughout the whole summer, so we tend to try to use elevation to cool off. So yeah, we're kind of. Oh yeah, I didn't even know I could
we
do
can
that.
scroll back.
We can
and
scroll
see,
backwards a little. Sorry, here's my fingers.
Questions.
Let's see. Yeah. Tiff, are you ever going to drive the bus?
Okay, so I did drive the bus for the very first time, like a total of 10 feet, maybe 5 feet, 10 feet. But it was easier than I thought it was going to be. So I feel like now I've actually asked Zach if he would like leave a note on the dash with all the steps because it's kind of a lot to remember if you don't do it often, but like it really wasn't that scary to drive. And I feel like now if I had those steps written down that I could drive it at least from one campsite to another. I wouldn't want to get on the highway with it yet.
That's good.
But that is the next step for me.
Yeah. Somebody was asking how the bus is holding up. Bus is holding up better than we really honestly ever thought it was.
Knock on wood,
Thought it was
right?
going to. It's been killer. Like we've been able to pull hills slowly, but it's done it. And nothing's really fallen apart. I think somebody asked if we would change anything. If we would change anything during the build, I think we probably would. We might.
That's actually a really good question. Let's talk about that for a minute.
Yeah, so what would we change if we were to build everything all over again?
All right, something I would do that would be a pretty big undertaking, but if I were to, do it from scratch, I would make our bed a little bigger.
Yeah.
Our bed's a full size with a little bit cut off, which totally works, but on really cold nights, we let Tuco up in the bed, and it's just a lot of.
It's a lot of well, and it's also difficult. Like you see the opening back here, that's the opening to the bedroom, and it's a narrow. There's only one narrow spot where you can get into bed, and it works fine most of the time. But sometimes it kind of like Spider-Man out.
Well, that's a good point. The size of the bed would be better if we could walk around the bed.
But
the size of the bed, because it feels smaller because we're both up against the wall, so you can't hang your arm off.
Thank you, Maximalist Minibus.
Oh, thank you.
That was really nice of you.
Yeah, you can't like hang your arm off in bed or something, and that makes it feel smaller.
I will say though that I was a little worried about that, but we have extra space at the front and foot of the bed, so we can kind of like.
That's true.
I sleep long. Like this, like with my with my arm up, and so it helps there. I'd rather be tight side to side than front to back. I think
that's fair.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. My girlfriend and I are looking to do something very similar. Do you ever get the urge to hunker down for a winter and try to muscle through the cold? Is that crazy? No, we actually intend to pull a winter. I don't know if we'll do it in the bus. We we were thinking about pulling a winter in Alaska, and I think that's insane, probably. But
Yeah, probably because we lose a lot of heat through our windows. But our little cubic mini wood stove does a
it's not a
really
lot of
good,
heat.
yeah, it does a really good job of keeping us warm.
And honestly, as far as like hunkering down and riding out a season, that's kind of what we're doing right now with summer. The summer thing is, that was our biggest concern because you can warm the bus up real easy, but it's much more difficult to cool it down when you don't have AC. So we're kind of riding out the summer up here in Idaho. Texas for the winter probably wouldn't be a bad thing.
Mhm.
Yeah. It was colder in Arizona. I find that hard to believe. Like on the very tip of some mountain in Flagstaff. Come on.
I know you guys are asking a lot of great questions. This is really new for
It's
us,
yeah.
so I'm sorry if we're missing some.
Oh, Cody Smith, thank you.
Thank
That
you.
was very nice.
Y'all should consider a
Yeah,
meetup
in
in Texas.
it's not a bad
That'd be
idea.
awesome.
Yeah. That would be fun. There's a lot more to Texas that we haven't seen yet that we're really looking forward to explore. We know that we haven't done it justice yet at all. No.
Any plans coming to Florida?
Eventually,
Sure,
I'm
yeah.
sure.
Yeah. So growing up, we both grew up in Alabama. My family vacationed in Florida and Tennessee pretty
Mhm.
much exclusively. So I've
Mhm.
seen a lot of it. It's awesome, but it's not high on my list right now just because I vacationed there a lot as a kid.
We're in love with the West for sure.
Yeah.
So we'll probably be.
It's kind of new to us.
But we'll definitely be doing New England at some point. Flagstaff in winter is cold. Yeah, I bet it is. Yeah, we haven't been to Arizona in winter yet. What else do we see?
Planning on California.
We'll be in California at some
Absolutely.
point.
Probably next year.
Oh, Jay, thank you. Jay, I'm sorry I missed. Hold on.
Go back.
Oh, thank you, Ashlyn. Oh my gosh, you
Aw.
guys are so sweet. JC, thank you so much.
You guys are the reason I'm buying a bus.
No,
Aw.
that's so sweet.
Good luck. You're on an exciting path.
Bussy McBusface, thanks guys. That's so sweet of you.
Bussy McBusface is awesome. We follow them on Instagram.
Oh yeah, that's not a yeah. You might want to type in all caps.
That's a
We're
good
doing it on
idea.
the phone. Okay, so we tried to do this on the computer, but we
it's
couldn't
a
figure out
small-
how to go live because we had scheduled it on the phone. So we had to go live on the phone, and the type is tiny. So sorry about that.
I'm sure there's a way, but again, this is all new to us. We'll figure it out.
Oh, thanks, Jamie. That's sweet. Yeah, I know. Live stream, right? Oh, that'd be cool. Brian, we'd appreciate that. Oh, Alabama, Ron. Born in AL, nice. Well, War
Us
Eagle.
too. We were both.
Oh,
born.
Peter,
Thank you,
that was
Peter.
so kind. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we were. I was born. We were both born in Birmingham. So.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, no. We'll definitely be going to Portland. We're planning on it this year. I don't think we're gonna make it this year. We have some work stuff going on.
We have some friends in Portland. So Helen and Chris, if you're watching, hello. I'm sorry we're missing you this year, but next year we'll come see you.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, Athens, nice.
Athens, Georgia.
Athens,
or
Georgia.
Athens? Okay, Greece.
Greece. There are a lot of Athens in a lot of places. So
that's true.
Oh,
thank you, Hank.
That was sweet. Oh, Audra, thank you guys so much. This is crazy.
That's so sweet. Okay, so let's talk about. All right, keep sending your questions.
Harold, thank you.
How do you keep the bathroom smell out of the whole bus? That's a great question.
Yeah, that's a really good question, and one that we were a little nervous about. Oh, thank you, Backroad Purpose.
Thank you.
So as far as the toilet goes, and handle it whenever you want, but basically because we're using
the nature's
head, we splurged for the nature's head. We didn't want to reinvent the wheel. A lot of people successfully build their own composting toilets. I didn't have confidence in our ability to do that. It was high stakes, and so we said somebody's really figured it out, and a lot of people really like it. So we went with that, and we haven't looked back. It has been awesome. The smell doesn't go anywhere. Neil, thank you so much. That was
so like if we're being 100% real. Sometimes there's a slight smell, and that's only if it's windy, if I've noticed.
Yeah, because the wind can kind of blow back into.
Into the
But
fan.
see, here's the thing, though, is that smell is the smell of compost. It's not the smell
It's
of
like
poo.
a soil smell.
It's just like it smells like the compost when you just bring it out of the bag.
But still,
The
you
peat
know
moss or
where
whatever.
it's coming from, and it can be a little weird
But
when
that's
you
only
know what
like.
it is.
But that's
But it's
only like
very
when it's
rare.
really windy.
It's really not a problem, and we have our Max fan here, right there in the back, which is actually half in the, or maybe a quarter of it's in the bathroom, and the rest of it's in the bedroom, and I think that also helps.
That helps a lot too. Be 100% real about your smells at all times. Yeah, you got to. But for real though, like really has
It's
not
really
been an
not.
issue
It's really
at
not been
all.
an issue.
It's been good. Is it small enough to fit in a step van build? I think so. You just gotta have to. Some people put them on. Aw, windy. Thanks. Sometimes you put them on like a pull out, and so or you could just have it tucked away. I mean, it really depends on the.
Trent and Allie fit the Nature's Head composting toilet in their Dodge van.
Yep.
So I think it would totally fit in a step van.
Oh. Thanks, Slow Man.
Thank you.
How much water do you guys use when you were off grid?
So how much do we store?
We store 63 gallons.
63, and then we have a little blue jug that we keep on the dash that we try to fill our
5 gallons.
Okay, we try to fill the dog's water bowls with that, and that easily gets us 14 days. The last 14 or the last 16, the last 16 days, we each took 2 showers, I think, and still made it like 16 days with that extra 5 gallons and then the 63 gallons under the bed.
And we have some left over because we have another two 5-gallon tanks in the bathroom if we really had to use them. So really we have, what is that? That's 14, 7, 14, 19 plus 63 is 72, right? Or something? That's probably wrong.
I don't know.
So anyway, yeah. But yeah, we'll use about 63 gallons over 2 weeks.
2 weeks is, so what we've been doing here, we're staying in national forest land, which is interesting because on BLM land.
Video was helpful. Sorry.
Oh, good. I know it's so hard to keep up with it. On BLM land, you can stay 14 days at a time, and then you have to move something like 20 miles. On this national forest land, I don't know if it's the same everywhere, you can stay 16 days, and then you only have to move 5 miles. So what we've been doing is staying the full 16 days, and then we spend one night at an RV park. We spend the money. Oh, thank you.
Thank you. 1347B.
We spend the money to stay in an RV park for one night. We use the showers, we use the laundry rooms, we use their dumpsters. Dumpsters are a really nice amenity to have for a night. We take care of all of that stuff at once. And recently, in the area we're in, the RV parks are really expensive. They're like $70 a night, which is more than I've ever seen. But with them being really nice RV parks, they still haven't like turned us away. At 2 of them have not turned us away because we're in a school bus.
Right. Yeah.
And I thought that was something we worried about a little bit. So.
How much beer will the bus hold?
As much as
as we really need it to, which is a lot.
Hey, cheers.
Hey, cheers to that. What software did you use to design floor plan? That was SketchUp.
Google SketchUp.
Good,
it is free. It is free. People think that it's not free, but it is free. Google SketchUp. Use it. It's awesome.
Yeah, $70 for an RV park is insane.
Yeah,
it's peak season around here. This is their busiest place. I gotta take Tuco out. Tuco's gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be back.
Are you gonna leave me alone?
Are you want to take him out? No, you need to stay. This is good
goodness.
For you.
Oh my goodness.
All right, come on, buddy.
Okay, Tuco's gotta pee. Yeah, $70 is more than I've ever seen for an RV park. The most I had seen previously was $50, and the most we tend to spend is like $30, $35 at most. So. Oh, so Zach's trip to South America, so he went to Bolivia, and he was working on this photo job. He came back with some amazing footage, and they just wrapped up the project. If we're able to, once the video's live from that, we will share that. Thank you. On my bus while you chat. Oh, that's awesome. Frosty the Bear working on your bus right now. Where are we going next? I think we're probably going to head through South Dakota and might go back home to family for the winter, which is Alabama. Yes, so when we pay for that, so we use the full, okay, the question was, do we refill our water tanks at RV parks? Yes, so we stay like as long as we can on our water supply on free land, and then we've been paying for a night at an RV park, and then we refill our water, we dump our gray, we use the showers and everything. Glacier National Park. So we've been to Glacier National Park before, but not in the bus. It is easily one of my favorite national parks that I've ever been to. It's gorgeous, and we would love to go in the bus. Zach's back. Thank you, Neil. I'm coming up to Idaho from the Virgin Islands. Here you go.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, I know. Let's see. Fake W. Man, that's exciting. So for one person, water usage, I don't know, kind of inspect what you kind of use now. Let's kind of see, and you'll probably use a lot less. Like we use, Lord, about 98% less water than we did in a house, easily. And that's just trying to save the water that we have here. But seriously, like, I think looking at how much water we use over 2 weeks, we'd probably use, I bet we'd use, if we both take showers every day, which we did, I think we'd probably use over 100 gallons a day. I don't know what the average is, but like, it's insane. We use a lot less now. So for one person, I don't know, you could get away with 20 maybe, and it depends on how long you want to go camping for.
Yeah. So somebody mentioned, I think this is smart, we should probably not try so hard to answer all the questions because we're all over the place.
It is kind of crazy.
Maybe we just talk about something and then look up for questions occasionally.
Somebody just asked.
Oh, that's a good question though.
Nunya asked if we have a mobile internet service while we're off grid. We do. So both of our iPhones, we can use hotspots for. That's what we use 90% of the time. The rest of the time we use this. It's another hotspot piece. It's a Verizon Jetpack. This has been great. And we also have a cell booster, and I think it's OTR, a WeBoost, and that has been killer. So that's been really good. 12 gallons for one person, not totally off grid, can get more if needed. Yeah, that's 12 gallons. That's a good bit of water for one person when you're sparing.
Somebody said we can put it on slow mode.
Oh,
I don't know how to do that.
Technology, what?
Let's see.
I feel so.
I don't know.
Have you guys ever left the U.S. in the school? No, we haven't, but
and I don't think we will.
I don't know. We'd probably hit Canada. I don't know if we'll do. It seems like everybody's in South America right now. South America is amazing, but we're not quite so hot on going south of the border. We really want to explore like Canada, Alaska.
There's a lot we haven't seen.
There's a lot we haven't seen here, and just in the States. Mm-hmm. So, but I'm sure eventually. I mean, that's definitely on the list, for sure. So
we could. Oh.
Are you missing New Mexico? Yeah.
I love New Mexico.
We're heading back to New Mexico within the next few months, I think. What were you going to say? I'm sorry.
Oh, I was going to say maybe we talk about a topic that I have written down.
Okay.
You want to talk about visiting in here?
Oh yeah. So while we've been in Idaho, we've been to Yellowstone several times, and it's so funny because if you haven't been to Yellowstone before, you should try to make the trip at some point. It's amazing. Um, it's an incredible place for a lot of different reasons, but one of the incredible things about it is a negative, and when it's in peak season like it is now, it's like if you go in during a normal time of day, particularly like 9 in the morning, 12 p.m., whatever, um, it's a traffic jam. Like if there's a an elk on the side of the road, get ready to spend an hour in traffic. And that's the only part that really bothers me. So
Mm-hmm.
I've been shooting in Yellowstone a bit, and so I go like crazy early in the morning. We're also trying to go in the evening. Hey Frank, when after all the families have been messing around all day, um, and they're tired and they're coming out, so we can go in. So, but yeah, Yellowstone's funny for that reason.
Yellowstone
Yeah, hey
is one of
Frankie.
our favorite places for sure, and we had been before we were in the bus, and we stayed in the park at that time, and we would get up every day at like 6 a.m. and beat the crowds and see so much wildlife. But if you're driving a while into the park,
Hmm.
you have to get up really early to beat those crowds at peak season.
Yeah,
Yeah, the traffic has been insane this time, hasn't it?
yeah. Somebody asked, they're going to be traveling with a bunch of dogs. What are some of the must-haves for dogs? Really, the dogs have adapted to bus life pretty easily. Tuco, the thing we have to have for Tuco that Mom actually gave us, which is great, uh, it has been the Furminator, and like it's just, and I mean, it helps, but it's also like not. It also doesn't help just because Tuco is a fur machine, and so we get tumbleweeds, and I mean, we have to sweep every day. But other than that, I mean, the Furminator is the big one, stuff to clean their ears out, all the stuff you'd normally have in a house,
Hmm.
really.
And also, we use the PetSmart Banfield Wellness Plan,
Yeah.
because PetSmarts are pretty well sprinkled across the U.S., and then we can go pretty well. And we can go, and most places we stay, we're close enough to a vet where we can go and get them everything that they need.
Have we downsized clothes and dishes and stuff since we've started traveling?
Yes, twice.
Yes, yeah, we've
At
downsized
least
twice since
twice.
we've been in the bus, and probably could do it again.
Mm.
I found a box of stuff that I haven't looked at in since March.
Oh, really?
Well, it was the one under the fireplace,
Yeah.
and so we could downsize again. Honestly,
Yeah, we recently made a donation.
healthy paws.
So we had, oh,
I'm gonna look at that. I don't know
yeah.
what that is. Thank you.
So we recently made a donation. We previously had like 4 plates and four bowls and four of each utensil and everything, and realized that we don't really cook for other people that often. And that when we have, we've been like, "Can you bring your plates and forks?" And they were like, "Sure, that's fine." So we only have 2 of everything now.
Which makes doing dishes way easier. Like it's before, like we would use every dish, pile it up, and then we'd start using Tupperware as plates, and then it would just go on and on and on, and then we'd put it off longer because there's so much to do. But now that we have fewer dishes, when 2 plates are done, I mean that's not intimidating. So I do dishes a lot more often now. We both do, but I definitely do it a lot more often now. I mean, no. Then I used to, not more than you.
Okay.
Have you tried avoiding traffic in Yellowstone Tetons by taking a horse? I left my horse. We towed it, and
that would be awesome.
it wasn't working out. I know what you're talking. Oh God, Tuco.
Tuco just bumped the table. That's why the screen
Must
went crazy.
lie.
So next week, Zach's parents are going to be visiting us here.
Yeah.
And we're so excited because we're going to drive them up to Yellowstone and show them that, which they've never seen before.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait to show them around. We're going to go fly fishing, and it'll probably just be a comedy of errors between me and my dad. But that's okay.
Who plays the banjo? So it's actually a banjo-lele. We both play the ukulele, so it's the same to play
That's
the
funny, Mom.
banjo-lele. I play the ukulele, and Zach dabbles in it a little bit.
I'm no good.
He's
I'm
okay.
terrible.
He's good.
When will we get to see the South America video? I don't know. Hopefully soon. Once they're done with it.
They are
No,
not
not
gonna stay in
Can't
here
stay
with
in the
us.
schoolie with us.
We-
So that's one thing that we did when we built the bus. We didn't add like a pull-out bed or anything because we really don't. I mean, we don't host that often. Now we have, we Mom said no. We have, we have a tent and sleeping bags that people can stay in.
So Deb and Dale, if you'd like to stay in the tent, you're welcome to.
Oh, a song? Ooh, God, you want to talk about pressure?
Oh, thank you, Renee.
Oh, Renee.
So Hiking with
Thanks.
Hendrix.
Look her up.
Look her up. She's on Instagram, and she just hit the road, which is really exciting. She has 2 really cute dogs.
Yeah.
Dale can stay in the tent. Your mom
Yeah,
says.
I figured that would be. I figured that'd be the case.
It's a pretty small tent.
It is a small tent.
But no, that's actually another thing somebody asked what we would do differently in the build. It would have been cool to make our bed like a pull-out guest couch or something, but we didn't do that. And I think if we were to do it again, that would be pretty cool.
So Dr. Boom asked if Tiffany plays the intro outro music. So
no.
So you've been in most touch with her.
So a lot of people have thought that was me, which is flattering, but that's Madeline May. At the end of our videos, you can see it says intro outro music by Madeline May. Look her up. She's an extremely talented, I think 16 or 17-year-old, and we found her on Instagram. She's amazing. So please check her out. She has an Instagram and a YouTube.
Yeah, she does really cool stuff. Frankie, do you want to say hello to everybody?
I said hello. Hello.
A small yurt for extra space. Yeah, it's kind of. We actually were thinking about getting like a tent that isn't meant for sleeping, like a tall mesh tent, just to be able to hang out in if there's a bunch of bugs, so that we can be outside. Kind of extends the living space a bit. We might still do that.
Mm-hmm.
What was that last one?
Stop by
Fly fishing in Dale Hollow and ask many questions during my schooling bill. Nice. Yeah, no, that sounds fun. We're in love with fly fishing now. Inflatable dome tent sounds awesome. Gazelle tent, we'll look at that. Uh-oh, engine trouble. Yeah.
Favorite meal cooked on the bus?
I think it was been the past few days. Something from the past few days.
So that's interesting because for the month of August, we've been doing an experiment where we have not bought any non-fish meat.
Our wallets have been pescatarian.
Right. So when we go out to eat, we'll eat seafood. But at the grocery store, we've been vegetarian. It's just been an experiment to eat a little less meat and try some new recipes. So it's pretty cool that that you think that's one of your favorite meals. And
honestly,
it's been vegetarian.
Tiff made some of these like pizzas, like with pita bread, that are like, they're for real pizzas. Like they're like proper pizzas in a pan. Like I don't know how she does it.
But yeah, it's just been a little bit of an experiment. It was Zach's idea, believe it or not. And yeah, for the whole month of August, we haven't been buying like pork or chicken or beef. So.
Oh, Nicole, that's great.
Oh, a mobile grooming salon.
Cocker
that's a
family.
Really cool idea.
You're a Cocker family as well.
Nicole.
God bless you. God bless you.
Cocker spaniels are crazy.
You guys maybe want to build a school. Can you give me any tips? Man, there's a ton of tips out there. There's a lot of content. You just gotta do the research. It's just it's everything. It's different for everyone.
We'd be happy to answer a question.
Any specific questions, we're happy to answer. Yeah. Not even your tips say vegetables passed out. Yeah, I know.
So my mom just said my stepdad passed out because he'd never thought he'd hear me say the word vegetarian. We're not going to go vegetarian.
We're not going full vegetarian.
But I think it's a good idea to eat a little less meat if you can. You know, it's just been an experiment. It's been good.
Well, that's an interesting question. So, Seeking Serenity says, when you go home, maybe just talking to friends and family on the phone, do those people think you've changed since you left? Calmer, adventurous, less stressed? That's a great question. I don't know if we can answer that more than our family can.
Humans are omnivores. I love meat and I love like vegetables and stuff. It's just an experiment that we're doing. I think it's a good.
I don't know.
But
I think the bus, as far as the other question goes, I think the bus has taught me at least to worry less and be more calm when things start to get crazy. I still get anxious, but
absolutely.
it has taught me some good lessons.
And for me, also those things also, but just like having a YouTube and stuff has helped me speak to strangers and stuff. Like I I hate public speaking, as I've mentioned before, if you've watched your old videos. So I would think maybe people that spoke to me after we've done this might think that
Maybe.
hopefully
Yeah,
that I'm a little more confident, you know?
Daniel asked if the dogs cry every time we leave now, and yep, every time.
Every time.
Every time. Without fail. It's just Tuco doesn't. Fortunately, it's just Frankie, really. See you later, Ed. War Eagle Tom. Why doesn't Zach do syndicated radio? He's got the voice for it. Thank you.
He does.
If you know anybody, how's your bus holding up? It's been good, better than we expected.
Is Tuco still scared of the drone? He has gotten a little better though, I think.
He has gotten better. We haven't flown it much because really we would have liked to have flown it in Yellowstone, but you can't fly in any national parks. Has anyone recognized you in public yet?
It actually happened like 2 days ago.
It happened 2 days ago, and then before, just a week before that, or 2 weeks before that, we were recognized by Caddy Womp Bus. So
you should check them out, Ashlyn and Derek. They're awesome.
Cool people. We camped with them for a while.
They recognized us when we were visiting Yellowstone. And we saw them on the street, and Derek was outside of the shop, and we saw him, and I was like, I was afraid he was trying to sell us something. So I was like,
well, you saw he looked up and was like activated, and we were like, oh man, here we go. We're gonna have to say no to someone.
Yeah, I was prepared to like, try to be polite and be like, no, thank you. But it turned out somebody that watches our channel. And
you guys are on the stream?
Oh, they are?
Caddy Womp Bus is here?
I think I saw Ashlyn.
I haven't
earlier.
seen.
Hi guys. But yeah, so we hung out with them, and that was awesome.
That was really
we had some meals together and some campfires.
We camped together for a couple days, and it was a really fun time just getting to hang out and talk to people that are doing the same thing.
Before that, we actually got recognized in a cave in Carlsbad Caverns with low lighting, which was so weird because like kind of in the dark we hear rolling vistas,
and we were like, what? Oh no, low power mode.
Oh no.
Okay, I'll get the
we should probably wrap
up soon.
But it's already 42 minutes.
Well, let's see, we could probably squeeze a little more juice.
Here, I'll find the long charger, but you keep talking.
And then before the cave, we were recognized before we even had the bus?
Oh, in Moab, yeah.
Before we even had a bus, we were recognized by someone in Moab. We were just on
the bus.
We had the
bus.
But
we weren't traveling in it.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, far from traveling in it, but somebody recognized us in Moab. We weren't in the bus at all, didn't have any branded clothing on or anything. And that was crazy. That was too funny. Let's see, what do we have here? Oh, thanks, Michael. That was nice of you. Are we off grid now? Has your solar been working well? Yeah, so we are off grid. We've been off grid, honestly, for the better part of the last 3 months. And yeah, solar has been great. Now, fortunately, it's summertime, so the sun's out for longer, and we get more juice that way. If we are, if it was winter, and because we lost the solar panel in Moab, we'd probably be hurting a little bit. So, but for the most part, during the summer, this system, we haven't had to plug in months. Honestly, or even since like March.
Yeah.
So it's been good. And we've been charging our laptops, phones, computer, or camera batteries, all that jazz. So it's been good.
All right, so we'll probably start wrapping up. So if you have any questions, send them now.
Them over.
And
let's do this. I'm so sorry, guys.
No.
I'm trying not to make everybody sick.
Oh no.
How did we do this?
It was propped up on your other phone. This is so
favorite
wonky.
Beer. This is one of them. the Fresh Haze IPA from Deschutes, solid. They're oh, thanks, Cam. The I've always loved Fresh Squeezed, but Fresh Haze is pretty good too. Good night, Grandpa Jim. Ta-ta for now. What type of refrigerator? We have a Dometic
50 quart.
50 quart.
It's like a top loading. It's technically not a refrigerator, but like a powered cooler.
Wind generator when the sun is. What are your thoughts on supplementing your electric with a marine wind generator? That
That'd be
we've
cool.
thought about it. We could probably wire it up pretty easily. I don't know. It would have been pretty useful in some areas, I think.
3 weeks into our build. Thank you for the
man.
videos. That's so exciting,
Good luck, Ashley. How do you find places to charge your bus when your solar panels aren't enough? So we don't have like a 30 or 50 amp service. We just run a household extension cord through the windows. It's worked so far. We really don't pull a lot of electricity. We got rid of most of our electric appliances.
And we cook with the alcohol stove. So
we mainly, the biggest power draw is our laptops. And so if we're working extensively, then it'll drain fast. If not, then it can go for longer. It's the extension cord for YouTube. Yeah, I mean, if it works, you know, and it does. Yeah, wind generator would be useful in the winter. I could see that for sure. Let's see. Have you two started getting ready for winter yet? Are you going to do anything different? Yeah, we're going to head south before it gets crazy cold. That's what we're doing differently. Let's see. How do you get them? I want to do things like you guys. How? Because it's hard. We're gonna be doing a video eventually on working and living off the road.
And let's talk about Tiny House Big Hustle.
Oh yeah, we did Tiny House Big Hustle.
So we're starting this video series all about people who travel or live in tiny spaces and how they fund that. A lot of these people are artists. They might be creative. They might own their own business, and we're looking to expand on that series. I think it'll be really cool to give some examples to people of how you can live this kind of lifestyle.
Yeah, so if you guys know of anyone that owns their own business or works full-time out of their vehicle or out of a tiny house or what have you, let us know. Probably let us know in the comments of the video. Not necessarily the chat, because that's going to be.
I think that might disappear.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Very well may. So, but yeah, so that's what we're excited about that series. So look out for more of those videos soon. Yeah, I think that's kind of covered.
Probably about it.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much for being here, for bearing with us on our first live chat. This was probably painful at times. Will your videos be an ongoing thing? Yes, they will be. We may not produce as like strictly weekly, but we're always going to continue making videos, and we'll announce it if we stop or something. But I don't see that happening anytime soon. Yeah, so thank you guys again so much for being here. Really appreciate it. We're going to go ahead and sign off. This has been fun. I think we'll do this again.
We'll probably do this again.
Yeah. I dug it. I thought it was cool. So we'll see if we can perfect it. And I'll bye to the puppers. Puppers say bye. All right. Bye, guys. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye. How do I stop this thing?
Stop it?